Welcome back to another episode of Life's a Garden. Today's guest is one of my very favorite bartenders in the city of Billings. He is a fellow Denver sports fan. You can catch him at Hooligans Sports Bar, Montana Brewing, not only serving up the beers, but also he helps make them. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Gabe, Thom. What's up, buddy?
Let's crack them.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Montucky.
I haven't had one of these in a while. Actually, you know what's funny? I think the last time I had one of these was in Denver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Cheers, man.
Cheers to you. Ooh, that is good.
Really? Better than your favorite?
Coors?
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't even come close.
I don't know about that, man. This is good. Like, it's 8%, right? Oh, no, it says 8% back to local.
Oh, that's tricky.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you didn't really read it, you would definitely think 8%.
Yeah. Huh.
Back to local causes, though.
Yeah. No, it's a... What kind of beer did you say it was?
It's a lager.
Mm.
Yeah, just kind of like Coors, something like that.
Sure. Nice.
I'm not a big lager guy, but I know you are.
I am, yeah. Yeah, you like the darker beers, huh? You like the more craft beers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the stouts, the Scottish ales. Belgians are probably one of my favorite styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. And
anything over 5% alcohol.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm not a big session drinker like you.
Yeah. See,
you can take down like 10.
That's my problem. Is I'm a volume. I drink in volume, not for pleasure as much. I guess it is for pleasure, but like, although when I'm drinking craft beers, like they don't go down like Coors, you know. Like I sip them, and they, because 2 or 3 in, I'm.
Yeah, it's like a heavy dessert kind of.
It is, yeah. So you got to tell me, man, because you just got back from Vegas.
Oh yeah.
We haven't had a chance to talk about it. How was it? You have a good time?
Oh yeah, we bought drugs, got strippers,
With the
bought a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It was a surprise birthday for my lady's 30th.
Oh,
birthday,
cool.
Yeah.
And where'd you guys stay?
We stayed at the Virgin Hotel.
Okay.
It's converted from the Hard Rock.
Oh, okay.
The old Hard Rock, yeah. And most of the people stayed there. We got about 20 people all together, yeah. And she only knew like 4 were coming, so all 16 others were a surprise.
That's super cool.
And it was just like one after another. One would pop behind a machine and surprise her, and she'd be like, "Oh my god!" And then like 30 minutes later, someone else would show up. They'd text me, and I'd be like, "All right, we got to make another surprise attempt on her." So
that's super cool, man.
It just kept rolling and rolling throughout the day. It was pretty cool. It was special.
You were just there for like 3-day weekend, or?
Yeah. We left Friday, got back Monday.
Cool.
So,
any shows or anything like that?
Yeah, we saw Lies on Stage by Michael Carbonaro.
Oh yeah. The Carbonaro Effect, the TV.
Yeah, on
right?
on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like his stuff. Good live act or.
Mhm. Yeah, it wasn't like crazy magic tricks or anything. It was mostly like cards but it was pretty funny, kind of like the TV show. And then he pranks people in his show.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like the Netflix series too.
So he's just like gets people in the audience, or
yeah. So spoiler alert for anyone that's going to see it. I don't know if I should.
I'll go for it.
Spoil the magic. That's not cool.
Well, fair enough.
But he definitely pranked one guy that he brought up from the crowd really bad.
Really?
Yeah. He like made him leave and then talk to the crowd and was like, all right, when he comes back, pretend he's invisible, you know.
Oh, okay.
That sort of thing. And then everyone, he was like up on the stage and he believed he was invisible to everyone. Which was
How old? Older guy? Younger guy?
Yeah, he was like 30.
Okay, yeah.
Like us.
Well, that's like I know that's like a internet prank too. Like a lot of people do that where they cover the person with a blanket. Everybody in the audience is in on it.
Yeah, it was similar to that. Yeah,
that's funny. So, win any money? Did you do some gambling?
Yeah, I brought 350. Came back with 0. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 3 days will do that.
Yeah, but I didn't go to the ATM. That's rule number 1. You know,
dude. Those ATMs, they charge like $10 for you to pull out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember the last time I was there, it was just like it was like $8 to $10 charge. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, the drinks out there are super expensive too, dude.
Everything is overly
unless you're in the casino, then they're free, obviously.
Yeah, if you're gambling.
But
then it's like, I remember drinks, food, like nothing. You couldn't do anything for less than $20. Yeah.
No.
It's just spendy.
Oh, we saw Meow Wolf there too. Have you ever heard of that? Oh man, it's like a modern art piece sort of thing with a puzzle behind it, and it's all these different rooms with crazy designs everywhere. It'd be really good to go there. Like, hi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what most people say. You know, you want to. I don't, but you know, if you were like
it would enhance
smoking some herb or something, you walked in there.
Enhance the experience.
It'd blow your mind.
Yeah, I bet.
For sure.
Huh? I'll have to check into that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Meow Wolf. Yeah, look it up.
Huh?
I need to talk into this mic.
Oh, you're good, man. They're pretty good at picking stuff up.
Cool.
Right on. So just a totally good time. I saw some pictures and it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We got to go down there for a Broncos Raiders game.
Ooh, yeah.
God, that'd be a blast.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I can swing it this year. I got a lot of trips already coming up, but
yeah,
maybe next year would be.
Do you hate the Raiders more than that they're in Las Vegas?
No, I actually like them more.
I know. I can't hate them as much.
Well, what's funny is I never really hated them. Like, you know, obviously the Raiders are probably the biggest rival to the Broncos, or at least like that fan base is a very big rival, I've noticed. But growing up, I never had that feeling, maybe a little bit, mostly because I just can't stand Raider fans more than I can't stand the team. But my whole life, the Raiders were never a big threat. Like, this might be the most competitive looking they've been in a long time.
Yeah, and still not even that competitive.
Right. Everybody's...
Sorry, Raiders.
Well, it's hard to say because everybody in our division is just so stacked and good now. And everyone's like... I mean, everyone was kind of down on the Broncos for a while, and now all the odds makers they're changing their tune, and a lot of the analysts are hyping us up a little more than they were right when we got Wilson, even when we had him. And then they're talking about Carr like he's, you know, I think Carr is definitely the worst quarterback in the division, but he's still a good quarterback. He was a top 5 passing yard guy. I don't know. I would still put them at the bottom.
The Raiders? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the Broncos did pass them with this season.
I think so. And the problem is with most analysts and stuff like that is I don't think they understand the depth that we have, and like, because we never really get to show off the talent with our receivers, and
that's my criticism too. I don't know if I believe in them yet.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, everyone talks about the offense. I'm like, they haven't proven anything to me.
See, I think we're sneaky good. Like,
maybe.
Judy's one of those guys that has to actually redeem himself and actually prove himself. But I think Sutton has more than proven himself. Tim Patrick might be the best receiver on our team, which is weird to say.
Ooh.
I think, dude, he is good. He doesn't drop balls.
That's sad.
But I think he's underratedly good.
Yeah.
And then you got Hamler, who was out all last year. We'll see how Alberto does at tight end. That'll be interesting to see. And then the running back game is solid, too. Javonte Williams.
Yeah, I think that's their best piece.
It is. And
Honestly.
also an unknown piece that, we only have 1 year's worth of film on him, so it'll be interesting to see how they shake it up. But no, with the Raiders, them moving to Vegas really did make me like them a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because it's an easy. I mean, I would go to Vegas every weekend before I'd go to Oakland once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I had never intended on going to a Raiders game on the road.
No.
Now I would do it frequently.
Yeah. Gotta feel bad for the Oakland fan base. Not really.
Not really. No. I mean,
I have such bad sports hate.
Really?
Sports hate.
Yeah.
I hate all teams from California. I don't hate Californians. I don't hate the state that much, but I hate all their teams.
Uh-huh.
Them and Boston.
Okay.
So if California loses a team, that's good in my book, They have too many teams in every sport already.
Dude, it's obnoxious.
Montana has 0.
I know. I mean, we're just not.
Give us one of those,
I know. And yeah, it's true. They have what? 4 basketball teams. 4 basketball teams.
Yeah.
3 hockey teams. The Ducks, the Sharks, and the Kings.
Yep.
How many? 1, 2.
What is it?
4 baseball teams.
No, I think there's probably 5.
5?
Well, you got
the 2 LA
there's
teams.
3 in the Rockies division, or the NL West.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Oh, and the Padres.
The Dodgers, Padres.
You're right. There are 5.
Yeah.
Because then you
Giants,
got the A's and the Giants.
The A's. Is that only 4?
And then you got the 2 LA teams, the Angels and the.
Oh, the Angels. Yep, they got 5.
That's crazy. And now they got.
That's so not fair,
and
dude.
3 football teams.
Yeah.
And they did have 4.
Yeah.
That's obnoxious. New York seems to have a lot too, though.
Yeah.
Although 2 in each for New York City, and then Buffalo has just the 1, right? No, they got the Sabres too.
Oh
hockey.
yeah, Buffalo, New York. Yep.
It pretty much is always New York, California, Texas, and Florida.
They have multiple teams in every league.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. They're the biggest markets, but
yeah, and populations, but every state should have a team. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, Portland's got the Blazers. Oklahoma's got the Thunder.
Wouldn't that be one hell of a league if one league had one team from every state? That'd be kind of cool.
That would be pretty sweet. I feel like baseball would be the one to do that.
Yeah, I mean they have 30 in baseball, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And basketball's got
32. 32. Yeah, they're talking about expanding for 2 more teams.
Yeah,
they're thinking about going 1 in Vegas and 1 and bringing back.
Yeah, we could
Seattle.
leave out Alaska and Hawaii, right? Too much traveling.
Yeah.
These poor athletes have to travel. Give me a break.
Dude,
they have it so easy.
When they were talking about possibly putting an NFL team in London, I was like, that is the worst idea I've ever heard. First of all, I mean,
yeah,
it's not the International Football League. And then also it's like, think about no matter what, somebody has to travel over 6 time zones, maybe more. Either they're coming back or going to. That's just so crazy to think about. The jet, you'd have to get there a week before to acclimate.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
I don't think so.
No.
Just keep doing what they're doing and do 2 or 3 games a year. We're playing in London this year.
Yeah. Keep it in America.
Yeah. And then they have a game in Germany this year too. Germany and then Mexico City. So there's 5 international games.
Germany.
Yeah, Munich.
Wow. I didn't hear that.
I think it's the Bucks and somebody else.
Yeah.
Maybe the Seahawks or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't.
Drew Lock slinging it.
I
Tom Brady.
Cannot wait for football season.
Yeah.
This might be the most. It's probably the most anticipated I've been for football since we won the Super Bowl.
Since Manning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even the season after, there was some hype just because we were coming off the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Still stressful not having him and the unknown. But man, these last 5 years have just been the most
they've been dull.
Heartbreaking.
Just dull.
That's a great word for it. Yeah.
Like not exciting.
Yeah, I mean I still get excited, but then by the time like 3 weeks into it, I'm just like, all right, like I'm still in it because I love watching all football, and then you got fantasy football and stuff. And I'm always the hopeful, fan. I'm always the optimist, but
it's kind of telling and really bad when the last 5 years I haven't been interested in drafting any Bronco for my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Haven't been. Have you?
Well,
I can't think of a Bronco that excited me, so I didn't draft a Bronco in 5 years.
Well, it makes sense because, I mean, the biggest thing is why would you draft a quarterback? Because none of them are predictable. There's no reason to draft a receiver because you need a good quarterback to make a receiver good in fantasy. We never had that. Mm-hmm. I think I took Javonte. I definitely took Phillip Lindsay a couple years, and I would have taken Javonte last year because I had a good feeling about him.
Yeah.
Their defense would have been one I took last year.
Defense is draftable, I guess. Yeah.
But even still, it's tough because they're in such a tough division that there's going to get points scored.
Mm-hmm.
They have us listed as, I think, the second or third best defense this year, which is pretty impressive. And they were so down on us. I don't know why. They were just so down on us early on, and now they're starting to kind of come back around like, this might be a team to watch for.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs are going
to... They'll be more interesting and better.
I think the Chiefs...
Maybe 9... They got 17 games, so... 9-8.
For us?
Yeah.
I'm more hopeful than that.
9-8, dude.
I got us going at least double digits. 10.
All right.
But you know what?
We'll have a bet right here.
Okay, I'll say 11. I think an 11 game winning season.
All right. I'll be the pessimist.
You'll go 9?
9's the top.
Still a winning record though.
Yeah, 9-8. I'll give it to them.
They
have a lot of proving to do for me, man.
Oh, for sure, and I agree. And I'm not going to be that biased fan that's like, oh, we got this in the bag because we got Russ. It's still going to be tough because we got a new coach, new quarterback, a whole new coaching staff, now new ownership and all this. It's like there's a lot of moving parts right now. So it wouldn't shock me if we weren't just like this powerhouse this year for sure. Plus, like I said, we're in the toughest division. I do think the Chiefs are going to take a step backwards. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a good chance the Chargers, they have the Chargers as like one of the best teams in the league. I think that could potentially
happen.
It could go it's going to go either way, Obviously, there's only 2 ways for it to go, but it wouldn't shock me if they dropped the ball and ended up being like losing more games than what's predicted. Let's say that. Maybe a 6th seed or something like that. A wild card, not winning the division.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me. The Chargers are very good at peacocking and then floundering shortly after. It all kind of depends on the quarterback, really. And that's with every team.
God, I'm drawing a blank on the quarterback's name.
Herbert.
I'm going to go out on a limb. MVP.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate that. I hate that.
I think he's MVP. Broncos 9-8. These are my early hot takes.
Early predictions?
Early hot takes.
If I was going to go...
No reason. I don't give any backup reasons. I just think it's his time, man.
MVP. I think...
Herbert.
I think MVP is going to be Baker Mayfield. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, God.
No,
that was a shocker, dude.
I couldn't tell you who I think. It's going to be a quarterback, but I couldn't tell you who I think it's going to be. It's too early. Mm-hmm. But what do you think of that Baker situation? That might be the absolute most Browns move I've seen in my whole life. They finally get a franchise quarterback who's bringing in revenue and bringing in stars. Like they're building a team around this guy, And what do? They piss him off by going and getting a quarterback who, yes, is better, but has a lot of baggage with him and might not even play still, and then ship him off to another team for a 5th-round pick. Like, he's worth way more than a 5th-round pick, but they just had to unload him. And Deshaun might not even play this year.
Yeah.
That was a crazy move. And now...
Bogus move.
And now...
Browns move. That's a total Browns move.
It's the most Browns move.
The most Browns move you can make.
It's so boneheaded.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder they're the dogs, because, their brains are just full of bones.
That's like a Colorado Rockies move.
It is. It is. They're like, here's
Nolan Arenado. Here.
Yeah.
We'll pay you $1 million to take him.
No, they paid them multiple millions.
Sorry,
like,
if you can't tell, we're huge Colorado fans.
Yeah, no. Nothing to apologize for that, except for maybe being Rockies fans.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Hey, and cheers to the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, baby.
Champs, man. So cool.
That's right.
That's the first championship I've seen. Well, it's only the second championship I've ever seen any of my teams.
Really?
Yeah. How old are you?
34.
Okay, so you were around for the first Broncos, the 2 Broncos.
Yeah, I remember those two.
And the Avs.
With Elway. Yep.
See, I was obviously alive, but I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you weren't like a fan then.
Yeah. So I missed out on those, and then got the Broncos in 50, and then now the Avs. Those are the only 2 championships I've ever really seen.
Yeah, remind me what made you become a Colorado fan?
So it started with the Broncos.
Yeah.
So like a lot of kids, I feel like you kind of become a fan of a team just because you have one piece of merchandise.
Yeah.
And that team for me was the Miami Dolphins. I had like a little Miami Dolphins foam finger that somebody just gifted to me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I guess I'm a Dolphins fan, whatever. And I'd never watched games. I just said I was a Dolphins fan because I had that thing, And then once I started kind of getting more interested in football, I knew my sister and a lot of her family were Packers fans. And I didn't want to be a Packers fan. But I knew that John Elway had beaten the Packers in the Super Bowl. And I was like, let me look into this John Elway guy. Come to find out, he is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And obviously at this point, when I'm becoming a fan, he had already retired. But, I start like looking more into the history a little bit. And I'm like, I think I'm a Broncos fan. And my uncle was a Chargers fan, so we had the little rivalry with that.
Yeah.
But nobody else in my family before me were Broncos fans. Like, I became a Broncos fan because a lot of times, you end up kind of just liking the team that your family likes or following along or whatever your parents push on you. But that never really happened to me. I got to choose my own, and that's what I chose. And it worked out too because they're on the TV all the time, so we get to see them all the time. And then at that point, I was just kind of like, I think I'll just stick with Denver sports, like Nuggets, Avs, Rockies. Like, let's just keep it in one place, and I'm happy I did that.
For sure. One of my good friends, he's a Packers fan, a Atlanta Braves, Orlando Magic.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just all over the country, like.
Which is also somewhat.
I mean, there's certain small reasons that sent them those directions. I don't.
Well, and that's cool too because you get a little bit of variety. But for me, I feel like it's so nice to have everything in one. And it is nice that Denver has all 4 major sports. But it's like, and they're close to here, so it's an easy drive to go see some games. But you could also catch a Rockies game and an Avs game at the same time. 2 different days apart or whatever, and it's just cool that you can see multiple of your teams in the same place.
For sure.
So, I definitely enjoy that. And you became a Broncos fan, I don't think maybe you've ever told me how you became a Denver sports fan. I know you lived there for a while.
Yeah, I was born in Boulder.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, and I grew up in Evergreen, Colorado. So,
okay.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't remember
because it was just location, boring story, but.
Well, I knew you lived in Philly, and maybe my brain just couldn't remember which came first.
Yeah.
But you moved to Philly for a little while and then came here, right?
Yeah, yeah. To Montana.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome here.
How long have you lived here?
Over a year now. So
That's right, not too long.
A little over a year.
And you're liking it?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Well, I know you're super outdoorsy, and
Yeah.
we have a lot of that.
Yeah. No, and a lot of freedoms out here.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, Montana's pretty cool. They're just like, we're just gonna stay out of your business, you know. You can do your thing.
Yeah, I love it.
That's what's
man.
great about living here, you know.
So, give me some tales from Denver then. When you were growing up in Denver, what are some like? You said Evergreen is where you grew up.
Yeah.
Went to high school there.
Yep. Evergreen High School Cougars.
Did you play sports?
Yeah, soccer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. One of the sports I don't really follow, which is weird, but that's what I played.
It definitely doesn't have like the draw here.
No, it's the media coverage too.
Right.
That transforms the mind.
Mm-hmm. It would definitely be more
You know?
enticing if it was on all the time.
Yeah, yeah. If it was on ESPN or whatever, Fox Sports, you know, maybe more people would be into it.
Yeah. Well, and then a lot of those international games, they don't start until like way late or early in the morning.
Yeah, they're usually at like 10 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
out here. So, you know, sometimes I see some people at the bar watching soccer. You know, they'll ask me to turn on the Tottenham game or, you know, Chelsea or.
Yeah, and you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Like nobody ever asks for this.
Who? No, I know. But yeah, growing up in Colorado was pretty cool, and then it got way too populated for me, you know.
Yeah.
It's so many people have moved there.
So when did you move out of Colorado?
4 years ago.
Oh yeah, so that was like right when, because when did the weed thing be? That was like right before we won the Super Bowl, huh?
The weed legalization.
No, that was right before we played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So that would have been like 2013.
Yeah, it was probably about 10 years ago, I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's when it really started just booming.
Yeah, it seemed like it accelerated pretty quickly after that. And then just hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
The traffic is pretty rough, but it's still beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Don't not take anything away from that.
It's always been my home away from home.
Yeah. Yeah, and then all the families back there. It's great visiting still, but we're happy here.
Right on.
You know, if you'll have us.
Yeah,
Me and my
of
lady.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
But-
that's awesome. And then you moved to Philadelphia because of
my wife, she was going to graduate school.
That's right.
At Penn.
Oh,
I know.
very nice.
She's making the bacon.
How was
She's
yeah, what did she do?
right now she's working with a company called Lados,
Okay.
and they're developing this technology that implants like right on top of your skull that will detect seizures before it happens.
Whoa.
Yeah, so she's like going through a bunch of patients in a study, making sure that they can qualify for the study, and then communicating between the doctors and the patients, going over records and everything. So just kind of making this project go smoother.
Interesting.
And yeah, she's a very smart woman, and I love her.
That's pretty high tech,
Yeah.
man. That's a big gig, man.
Yeah.
And then you're are you a brewmaster at this point?
Assistant brewer, but
Okay.
pursuing that, yes.
That's a cool
Yeah.
gig too, man.
Thanks, dude.
What all goes into that?
What goes into it?
Yeah, as far
Like
as
brewing?
the process of brewing a craft beer.
Oh my god.
On the scale
Yeah.
on the scale that you guys do, because
Right.
I've kinda
No,
seen-
it's true.
the backyard ones, but
Yeah, it's much more elaborate than that. So every brew starts off with, your ingredients. You got the malt, water, and that's all it is to start. So you just have your malt, your grains. You can throw in wheat or oatmeal or whatever specialty grains go in certain types of beer, and you put it into this. It's called a mash tun, and then you put hot water on top of it. And so you almost make like an oatmeal like consistency, and it's called a mash.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes for about an hour, and you let it just sit there, and then the hot temperatures like leaches the sugars out of the grain for you. And then you kind of have to strain it through this column, and you're pretty much extracting sugar water. So you're getting all the sugars from the grains and then the water. And that's what you call wort. So it's like unfermented beer at that point. And then you send it into the kettle, and you got to boil it for at least 90 minutes. Some places do 2 hours. And then you have hops. That's when you add your hop additions. So you put in, most places use hop pellets now.
Oh, okay.
Which is like the hop flour, the hop cones. They're kind of ground down and compressed into almost like powdery pellets. You throw those in, and then they kind of dissolve in there, and it does the same thing as like just whole hops, but they're a whole lot easier to work with. So you do your boil, your additions into the boil, and then from there you send it into fermenters. And that's where you add the yeast, which is the crucial part, obviously, to making beer. The yeast go in, eat the sugars, and poop out alcohol.
Which is so weird.
Yeah, they don't really have sphincters or butts, but, they excrete alcohol.
Yeah.
But only if it's closed off from oxygen.
Ah, yeah.
So that's why you have those big steel sealed off fermenters, and they're just left to their devices. But you have to, because they not only produce alcohol, they produce carbon dioxide.
Oh yeah, so you gotta
So if you had it completely sealed, it would blow up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there would be too much pressure pushing on the tank. So you got to have a blow off, where it's this tube that comes down into the sanitary bucket or bucket, and it pushes the gas out through the sanitary bucket, so nothing gets back into the tank.
Yeah.
But it has positive pressure pushing out that CO2. And then while the yeast are doing their whole thing in there, and it usually goes from like 7 to 10 days in there until they're done eating.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're done eating, you have the alcohol in there. It's just not super carbonated yet. So you pretty much have the flavor of your beer at that point. But it takes another step. You send it to a bright tank where you can kind of finish up the beer. You cool it down to like 34 degrees in there. And you can also do a forced carbonation in there, which is what most breweries do. If you're doing a home brew, you won't be doing that.
Gotcha.
Because you probably don't have a carb stone, which is what forces the CO2 into the solution.
Huh.
And that's what carbonates the beer.
Okay.
So it's called a bright tank. That's like the finishing tank, and you force carbonate it, and then you can keg it off, or can it, or bottle it, or whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, if you're a plumber,
man,
you'd be better suited to brewing
really
than most people. Yeah, there's a lot of piping, a lot of valves, it's a lot to learn mechanically, and I went for cellular biology in college, so I understand like the biology behind it all, but I didn't have like the mechanical side down very well, and I'm still working on all that, but
getting there.
Yeah, so brewing's pretty awesome, and I'm in the brewery with Greg, the master brewer there. He's an awesome guy. Really enjoy working with him. At Montana Brewing Company. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Greg Lehman, he's awesome. And he really has helped me, he's been patient and showing me, and he's a great teacher too. He goes through everything very meticulously and helps you out.
You kind of have to, man. And I'm sure.
I know, yeah. You could screw things up real bad in a brewery.
I imagine
you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, and I imagine at the volume you're probably producing at, a mistake would be detrimental to.
Yeah.
to just like a huge amount of alcohol you're trying to produce.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, how much do you produce in one batch?
Our yield varies from 17 to 20 kegs.
Damn.
And each keg's about 31 gallons.
Yeah.
So they're half barrel kegs, and each batch we brew is it usually starts about like 12 barrels, but all the hop materials and everything else that's in there kind of soaks up some of that beer, and then there's beer that's lost when you're like kegging it off too, and so you end up with about 20 kegs down to 17, which is about 10 barrels of yield.
Damn, that's still a lot though.
Yeah.
And how much do you produce or how many cycle, or I guess I'm trying to think how to word this. In a month, like how many
How many brews?
Yeah.
At least one a week, so I'd say 6.
Gotcha.
About 6 brews a month. So what would that equate to? 6 times 20. No, yeah. 6 times 20 is 120 kegs.
Damn, that's crazy.
A month.
That's a lot, man. And then
just about, yeah.
And how many big, what did you call those? The
bright tanks or the fermenters?
Both of them. Yeah. How many of those does that place have?
Oh, we got 5 fermenters
Damn.
and 2 bright tanks.
And they each do a different beer, or?
Yeah, so they're 15 barrel capacity on those, and we filmed about 11 or 12. Well, sorry, what was the question?
Oh, does each one of those produce a different kind of beer?
Oh, yeah. We'll have all different types of beers in them usually, because you're running out of one style at the bar, because what we do is we just keg them right there and then put it in the restaurant, where some breweries, they go a step further and they'll can and bottle and then ship out and distribute. But yeah, we mostly keep it in-house. We do have some kegs around town, at some taps. So
other bars ordering it, serving there.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, dude. That's really interesting stuff.
And we won a gold and bronze medal at the North American Brewers Association this year.
That's right, man. Congrats.
Super stoked about that. And yeah, we make great beer. It's really good.
Which one was it that won the?
The Sandbagger Gold took home gold.
Nice.
Yeah. And the Custer's Last Stout took home the bronze. And we'll be entering the Great American Beer Fest later this year too. So
cool, man. Yeah. That's really exciting too.
I know. I'm gonna go down. I'm excited.
Where's that at?
It's in Denver.
Oh.
Yeah, the competition's in Denver. So
cool.
We'll be going down there in October.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I might actually be going down there in October as well. I don't remember. I'm going down for the Broncos Jets game, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it is.
Really?
Let me just see.
What's your away game? You go to one away game each year.
I am going to Nashville.
Oh.
I am so stoked for that.
Yeah.
That's going to be just a good time all around. And a competitive game. The Titans are a tough team. But yeah,
for sure.
I'm excited to go to Nashville. Like, that's usually what I base it around is
what city you want to go to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's got to be a fun city. Yeah, that Jets game is October 23rd.
Okay.
So I don't know when your thing is, but that'd be kind of cool if we were down there at the same time.
Yeah, ours is a little earlier.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like the 10th or the 13th. I could be making that up, but
that'll be fun though.
Yeah. I know.
Hopefully you guys take home another gold.
Yeah. This one's a lot bigger competition.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's the biggest. Yeah. So
you gonna go to the Brewfest tomorrow?
Brewfest
or the Brews and Barbecues?
Oh no, I gotta work, man.
What time? Well, what time do you get off?
5 o'clock.
I think it goes till 10.
Maybe.
If you and the lady want to come out, I'm gonna be down there.
We might go rafting tomorrow.
Oh, gotcha.
But I'm not sure. But we'll do something tomorrow night.
Well, that's
if it rains again like today, we'll be doing that. So we won't be rafting in that crap.
Yeah, that was crazy today.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go rafting at?
It's Yellowstone.
Okay.
Yeah, Yellowstone River.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely way more outdoorsy than I am. I don't.
I haven't been on the river yet.
Well, it's
but
also been really
I miss
high.
it. Yeah.
It's been a rough year for the river, so.
It has, dude.
But you guys do hiking and all that stuff, like.
Yeah, you don't?
I do, but not like you guys. You guys are more really outdoors people. Like I am an indoor cat.
Yeah.
I like the
great indoors.
Yeah, exactly. Nature just wants to do everything it can to kill you.
Well, mosquitoes for sure.
Animals, freaking
screw those. Fuck those things.
Weather.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I'm not built for it. I'm pale as a ghost and
oh yes, you are. Dude. Come on.
Don't get me wrong. I like going out and doing some fishing and hitting the river and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
I'm just not like the go-getter of like let's go do it every weekend,
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like everybody has their thing, and I definitely understand the people that like it. It's enticing. I'm just not one of those people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great state for getting out there.
Oh, for sure.
I haven't seen anything yet. Seen Red Lodge like 10 times, which is amazing.
Red Lodge is nice.
Oh man, it's so great.
You been to Bozeman at all?
I haven't explored there much. Our vet's out there, so.
Oh, really?
That's about all I've done some vet trips there. Been to Mountains Walking Brewery out there.
Okay.
That was awesome.
You guys got to go.
Food. They have some delicious beer.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
You guys got to go out to like Glacier and Kalispell, that area.
Dude, I know. Yeah.
That's the shit.
Yeah, I've heard Missoula's really cool too.
Missoula's very pretty. Yeah. No, Missoula is very cool. It's definitely like a college town, but like as far as like the scenery and stuff, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I love the downtown scene there. Like it's a blast. They got a ton of breweries too, and
Missoula.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I honestly think I heard this. Don't quote me on this, but Montana is like the third state, I think, with the most breweries per capita.
Probably, dude.
I think California and Colorado are the two above us.
Yeah, Colorado's, especially Denver.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
But we're up there.
Everywhere.
We're in like at least the top 5. Like I won't say 3, but we're definitely top 5 for most local breweries per capita, which is impressive.
It is. There's what 10 in Billings,
at least, and more.
I mean, I don't know the number, but I'm pretty sure there's at least 10. Yeah.
And there's always more coming up too. Like would Diamond X still fall under Montana Brewing?
No.
Or is that their own?
It's a different brewery.
Okay.
Yeah. They make totally different beer too.
Okay, so yeah. They just popped up recently. They got the Metal Arc one that's coming up over by the zoo.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're always getting new ones, man.
I know. Dude, yeah, it's pretty great, man. That's my collection too. I try and collect brewery shirts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every new brewery I go to, I gotta get a shirt. So I just have a ton of brewery t-shirts.
See, that's why you should come. Well, and if you got plans tomorrow, that's cool. But
the brews and barbecues,
man, because it's just breweries from all over Montana.
That's sick.
And they just set up stands, and you you buy a little glass.
So it's like a
you get a glass, and then you buy tickets, and then you just get to sample. It's just like this big a glass, and they just fill you up, and then you just try all these different beers. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. Like
you pay for the glass, and then you go fill up.
Mm-hmm. And then they have a bunch of food trucks out there, so you can eat, and it's at the Metra, so it's like all around that pond at the Metra.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a fun time.
That's pretty cool. You've been there a couple times?
Oh, yeah. I've been to, they've done a couple at the, like, they do the Winter Brew Fest at the pub station, or they have a couple years. And it's smaller event just because it's a smaller building, but same idea. You just walk around, try all these beers, and usually get a pretty good buzz going.
Yeah, I might I'd almost rather go to that now that you're saying that.
It's a fun thing, man. They got live music and stuff out there, and
yeah,
hopefully the weather's good. But
right up my alley.
I think so. You're the first person I thought of when I was like, because I just know you're a brewery guy.
Yeah.
You definitely like all that stuff, but I like that stuff too. I was just at Canyon Creek last night.
Oh yeah, that's another new one, right?
They've been around a while.
That's been around?
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
Oh, dude, it's such a cool place.
Oh.
They got like a nice outdoor patio area, and it's a really nice brewery. And I like a lot of their beers,
They have
too.
a restaurant attached to it, too?
No, just
brewery?
Just brew, yeah.
Nice.
See, and you know me, like, Hooligans is my bar.
Yeah.
Like, that's my... That's
right. I got him.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's my go-to for sure. Downtown Hooligans and then the Crystal. But Hooligans is like my food, beer, sports.
Yeah.
That's everything go-to.
It's the best sports bar.
Oh, for sure.
My God, the TV's there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
so many.
plus it's an Irish pub, and I fit right in on that.
Yeah, I love working there because I'm a huge sports head too.
Yeah.
I love beer and I love sports, and so
it's a perfect
it's a
marriage.
great place to work.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And
I
I love all the staff and everybody. Everybody's just so cool and laid back. And I like Brewpub too. Like Brewpub is super cool too. But it's just not the vibe, man. The vibe is the sports.
Yeah, it's so great. And they have a sports bet machine, which is dangerous.
We know that from experience.
I can't really resist doing it at least once a day.
Really?
Like $5. Yeah, I throw 5 on like a 5-game parlay each time. Every time I go into work.
You get some
I
hitters?
never win, no.
No.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna have to pull my fight bets back a little bit. I've been getting a little bold and doing like 5 fight parlays. I need to maybe drop it to 4. Because it's always like one that throws me off, or I don't know. Or I need to bet more on the ones that I'm really sure about.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's ones that I'm like, this guy's gonna win, and then he does.
Yeah, but the other ones screw it up.
Well, it's hard when you 5 out of, even if you pick 5 favorites out of, there's always upsets. You just got to know which ones are going to be the upsets.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, parlays are brutal. I'd rather lose every game on a parlay than get 4 out of 5 and be like,
so close. But then again, it still shows that you kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah. It keeps you going too. It's like
those football ones are hard as hell when you have to add in the over under and stuff.
Yeah. I had a miserable betting season with football last year.
I had that one that hit. And it hit pretty good. I think.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It hit for like 180 or something like that.
What how many games was that?
4.
4-game parlay?
Uh-huh. And it all came down to Tom Brady and the Bucks.
Uh-huh. He won it for you, huh?
He did, yeah. They needed to score a touchdown, and they did.
Son of a bitch.
I know. Hey, as long as he wins me money, I'm good. I'll take him all day.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Yeah, man. So what got you into podcasting?
Just honestly listening to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I could do that. It's just having conversations with people and getting interesting people on here and seeing all different types of ways people think and what people do, and I'm just interested in people.
Yeah.
And I like getting my, a lot of people like to, blog or do Reddit threads and things like that and get their opinions and thoughts out there like that. I'd rather just speak it, Yeah. So I do the solo episodes and kind of just talk about what I want to talk about, and then I do the guest episodes and get people's stories out there and stuff. And that's the other thing too, is like, I feel like I know so many interesting people already, and then it's cool to get to know people, because I've had people on here I've never met before.
Really?
And you just get to know them, and it's like, people should have more of a voice out there, because there's way more interesting people in the world than a lot of people know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
why don't you just grab some person off the street bring them in here?
No, I've never done that.
Some street meat?
I've had, like, people recommend people, like, oh, you should get my friend so-and-so on.
Yeah.
Bring
Just
them
holler at someone. Hey.
Yeah.
What you got to say?
I've thought about it. Like, I've met a few people at bars, and they're pretty interesting. I'm like I never have, but I've always thought, like, maybe I should, like, invite him to the podcast. But then, like, that kind of comes off weird sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've had that thought where it's like, I could do that. Or it's people that I know who they are, but I really don't know them.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Like, we know each other as acquaintances, and then, like, I get to know them more.
Yeah.
And learn things about them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you're the first person that's, like, been a brewer, you know, a guy who brews beer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's an interesting thing. I'm interested
yeah.
in that. And, like, it's cool to learn about.
Yeah. I'm still learning, too, man. I got most of the basics down.
Yeah.
But recipe making and all that, I have a long ways to go.
Well, I'm sure, like, measurements, man, because you gotta figure out how to get the alcohol percentage right.
Right.
You know, so you have to add a certain amount of yeast to a certain amount of sugar and all that.
You do. Yeah. Yeah, usually, I mean, the better you do at the mashing, getting those sugars out, the higher your alcohol percentage will be. It's just basically how much sugar you have in the tank. And then the yeast will convert it all pretty much into alcohol. So some of those, a little tip for some people, we don't do it, but a lot of those heavy beers you see, they'll actually just add bags of sugar in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to pump up the alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so probably not a lot of people know that, but yeah, we don't do it at Montana Brew, but yeah.
Get the more natural.
Yeah. Ours are, they range from like 5 to 7 most of the time, so.
Yeah, I remember me and my friend, we made wine one time, just like the backyard style wine, you know, with the buckets and all that. So we had the little airlock things where...
Yeah, the blow off, yep.
Mm-hmm. And like you had to put the fruit and all that in a mesh bag and like kind of
really
just to get the flavors of the juice out, and then you get the sugars of the juice. Plus we used like just straight sugar too. Mm-hmm. But then you got to go. It's been a long time, and we only did it the one time. But it sucked because 2 of the batches spoiled for whatever reason. Maybe
it's hard, dude.
And you got to keep that stuff freaking sanitized. Like you got to make sure your buckets or your little stills or whatever are very clean, so that no.
Oh my God.
Bacteria can grow and stuff like that.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many sanitation steps we have, you know, just to make sure stuff doesn't get any funk, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you get one little parasite bacteria that's not supposed to be there, and they have a whole vat of sugar to go, man.
It ruins a whole batch, man.
You can, man. And so you got to be real careful. And hasn't happened to me yet, or I don't think it has. Yeah, knock on the wood here. But that's just because, you know, Greg's very meticulous. He does a great job of making sure everything's step by step, done the same way every time, you know. Because that's half the battle, too, is consistency.
Yeah.
You know, if you have your favorite beer and it tastes different every time, that's not good. So.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to produce the same product all the time, you know.
That's how.
And it's like if anything, you go into McDonald's and you expect it to taste the same,
right?
No matter where you go. So.
Well, and like that's how we were trained, like because I did bartending for a little while too.
Yeah.
And you're trained to make sure, you know, don't try, you know, measure out your alcohols and stuff when you're doing margaritas or whatever mixed drink, because if you can make 5 of those, they should all taste the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if somebody's going to keep ordering it and one's weaker and then one's stronger, it's like, that's not right.
Consistency, man. It's underrated.
Well, and I worked for a freaking corporation too, so it's like it was definitely more important to make sure that things tasted the same as opposed to like a dive bar, which Hooligans is not, but just any random dive bar that just like heavy pours and splash of Coke, and it's like, there's your drink.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Well, that's what you want.
It is. It is.
God, I get so happy when I get a stiff one. I'm like, oh.
Well, yeah, you get more than what you paid for. Whereas, like, if you get a weak one, you're like, what the fuck?
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to order like 6 of these now.
Right.
Need another beer?
Well, yeah, we can do another brew.
Pop these off.
You got more of these?
I brought 2 more.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I can't remember where I was when I had this in Denver, but it was downtown. Oh, get a shot going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let me see. You got out? I got some alcohol.
I don't have any.
Okay, we're gonna take a little
break.
Deviation. Grab some more alcohol. Well, it's only fitting that we do proper 12 since we're talking Irish bar and whatnot.
Oh, aye.
And I didn't realize I had this much left. I think this is from, I'm pretty sure from when...
St. Patty's? Or?
No, from Halloween when I was Conor McGregor.
Oh, nice.
You can see how much I don't drink at home. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do shots on the air.
All right.
Should we show them our IDs?
You already said you were 34, so... When's your birthday?
Good enough. November.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to tell you, too. So my birthday is coming up at the end of the month.
Oh, really?
And I will very much be celebrating at Hooligans.
Hell yeah, buddy.
I'll probably bar hop downtown, go to some breweries and stuff like that. Cheers, brother.
All right. I'll buy you a drink. All right, bottoms up.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeesh.
Ooh.
Nice and stiff. I usually do those chilled.
Oh. I cannot take shots like I used to, man.
Yeah, me, well.
Oh, my God.
I don't think I've ever really been able to take shots.
Ooh.
If they're like foo-foo-y, I can take them no problem.
The fans are seeing our...
That
What if one of us just threw up right now?
would be
all over your mic.
That would be definitely a first in podcast
Yeah.
in this podcast's
Yeah.
history. It might be a viral moment though.
Yeah. Just throw it up.
So I'll tell you a real embarrassing story of throwing up with alcohol.
All right.
This might be one of my most embarrassing moments of my life.
I've got a bad one too.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can go after this one. So
All right.
So I cannot drink Fireball anymore because of this. It literally, the smell of Fireball makes me gag. So I was like maybe, just like a year into drinking. Like I didn't really, because I started late. I started when I was 23. Is when I really started drinking, and of course it didn't. It progressed slowly, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't just full in like slamming beers all the time.
Yeah.
And it was probably a year and a half in, So at this point, I'm drinking pretty steadily. I've got my legs under me at this point, but still haven't really like dived into the liquor aspect of things, the hard alcohols. Well, we go out. It was me, my girlfriend at the time, a couple of her friends, and they're just feeding me shots of Fireball. And they're like, "We've never seen you drunk. Like, we want to see you drunk." And they did. They saw me drunk. I was just like, I'm having fun, whatever. Skip to later the night. Come home.
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend lay down in bed, and I'm getting the spins.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man.
When your head just starts going.
Yeah.
And you're like,
and like,
this is
before I even had a
not
chance.
going to end well.
Yeah, before I even had a chance to get up, I'm laying there and I just go all over myself, all over the bed.
Uh-huh.
By the way, I should mention.
Uh-oh.
I think it's this one. Okay, I think we should be good. See, that's why I like wearing it's definitely mine.
Oh yeah, kind of went away. Yep.
Yeah, mine's Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, yeah, so this girlfriend of mine, we'd only been seeing each other for maybe a few months. And so I just puked all over the bed and all over myself. And, like, I'm just all drunk and stuff. She was so cool to, like, help me and clean me up and get all the bedding thrown in the washing machine and shit like that. And she was all like, do you want me to sleep on the couch? And I was like, no, I'll sleep on the couch. I'm a piece of shit. And so she slept in the puke bed.
Oh.
And so I was like, you sleep in the bed.
You're trying to be nice.
Thinking I was doing something nice. And I was like, wait. I woke up the next day. I was like, she didn't want to sleep on the couch as like a punishment. She wanted to sleep on the couch as a reward.
Yeah. Oh wow, she just let you.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. So what's yours?
Damn. Yeah, that's bad. Right in bed when you're late. Ooh.
It was not cool.
Yeah, so it was in Philly. Mine was in Philly. I think it was one of the first times I like drank really hard with my bartender coworkers that I had out there, and so we all went to McSorley's was the bar that we'd go to in Philly, in Haverford. It was a great bar. We were just taking shots. I drank 2 Long Islands that night. Must have taken a few other shots. And that's what got me was one of those like 9% beers we were talking about earlier. And it's called Golden Monkey. It's by Victory Brewing out there. And it is delicious. But
potent.
2. You really only need 2 to get you drunk.
Really?
And, yeah. There's something about it. It's really weird. And it gives you some of the worst hangovers ever, too. It's just this nasty, nasty, long hangover. Every time I've gotten drunk on that, for some reason.
Yeah.
Some alcohols do that. I don't know what it is. But, so I had like 2 or 3 of those, maybe a shot, and then a couple Long Islands, you know. And usually I'm not too bad with that, you know. But those Golden Monkeys pushed it over that night. So at least I didn't drive home. I got into a Uber and I was just wasted in the back. I trying to punch it in my phone, my address, and trying to communicate, but I passed out.
Oh no!
I passed out in the cab or the Uber on the way home, and then I wake up when he's like, "You're here, get out." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, so I stumble out in West Philly. It was kind of a rough spot too, like.
And that's not where you.
No. I thought I was home, and I was pretty new to Philly at the time too. So I had my phone out. I was like looking around. Oh, this doesn't look familiar. Like what? And then I just like walked probably 20 feet and just. Throw up straight onto the concrete there, right on the sidewalk. And luckily, no one saw me. Like, if cops were there, they'd give you a ticket.
Oh, for sure.
If you're puking and intoxicated in public, you get a ticket.
Right.
Easy. And so I threw up right there, and then I just kept going home. And I somehow found my way back. And I felt like such an ass the next day because my wife's mom was in town.
Oh, no.
And she had gotten in that evening, and I decided to go out drinking and then come home. And I wasn't going to come home super late, but I did. I got home at like 3 a.m, stumbling in the door. And after my first step, like inside my apartment, I paint the fucking walls with my puke, dude. Wake them up in this tiny apartment. And yeah, I never heard the end of it, man. It's still one of my low moments with my lady.
Definitely not impressing the in-laws.
Oh yeah, my mother-in-law. Oh, she loves me, but you know,
just not.
Holy cow! I was in trouble for weeks. I was in the doghouse for weeks, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my worst puking story.
Probably that's hard to top.
And I easily could have got mugged, or I was a bad part of Philly. There are nice parts of Philly, but there are bad parts.
Yeah.
Somehow I walked home through the bad part of Philly. It took me like 20 minutes walk home. They definitely didn't drop me off at my house.
But it wasn't like so far that.
No, I was able to piece things together and find my way back.
Oh,
but...
that's terrifying.
Yeah, and I was all by myself. No one else was out. It was like 2:30 in the morning. So
I don't think I can.
when the sketch balls are out, so I was lucky.
God, I don't think I've ever had anything like that where I didn't know where I was or how I was gonna get home.
Yeah.
That's.
And then on top of that, I just humiliate myself the first step in the door. And I tried to clean it up, but my wife had to end up cleaning it up because I was so drunk.
Yeah, right?
She was so pissed, dude. Not only did I wake her up at 3 a.m, embarrass her in front of her mom, she had to clean that shit up.
She could have cleaned your mess.
And I'm so sorry. But yeah.
Hey,
that was a bad one.
We all have them.
Yeah.
I got one more for you. It's not that bad, but it's still. I think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in Denver with my cousin who lives down there.
Yeah.
And we go out for a night of drinking. It's just me and him. Like, I went down with a group of friends. We were actually going to an Avalanche game. And but I took the night to hang out with my cousin. He takes me around Colfax area, bar hopping, and to a lot of the divey bars. But again, this was at a point in my life where I just was not a shot taker. But he's insisting we take these shots. You know, every bar we're taking shots. And like, I'm drinking, I don't even know what I was drinking at that time. I think I was just drinking whatever. Actually, I think I was into like the apple beers, like Angry Orchard and stuff like that. So
ciders.
So I'm drinking cider beers mixed with shots. And then, like, at one point...
That's called a snake bite, right? I think.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
And at one point, we're at this place, and I'm just like, man, I'm so hungry. Like, food just sounds so good right now. And there's a pizza place attached. So I run over, I grab the biggest slice of pizza. I'm mowing this pizza. It's so good. We end up stumbling our way back to his place. And throw on a movie on TV. I lay down on the couch. He goes to bed. Again, just the room is spinning.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
that's the point where you should know by now.
Yeah.
You're gonna blow.
Right. Well, and that's just
but
it.
you always fight it.
But I knew. So I got up. I went. I threw up in the toilet. But like, I knew I had made, like, I missed a decent amount, and so I'm like stumbly trying to like clean it up, and I thought I did a great job. You know, I thought I cleaned up well enough. The next day, I wake up, I hear the shower going. So he's in the shower.
What the fuck?
That's exactly what happened. So I'm laying, but he's in the shower, so I'm thinking, okay, he made it in. Clearly, I cleaned everything up well enough that he didn't notice anything, right? So I'm just laying there, I'm like, okay. And I'm like kind of just chilling. I hear the shower go off. The curtain open, steps out, and then I hear, "What the fuck? Oh fuck, man!" And I'm just sitting there like, oh god. He doesn't let me live that one down still to this day. But honestly, like before that, I guess in the last few years, I can't think of a time I've gotten so drunk that I puked. Like,
really?
I'm pretty good at handling myself at that point. I almost did at this wedding that I was just at. Dude, I was stupid drunk.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you just had a wedding recently.
Yeah, we were doing keg stands and all this shit.
I haven't done that in forever.
That was fun. The first time I ever did one.
Really?
I never went to big parties like that.
Oh, in high school we used to do that, man.
Yeah, man.
Damn. That's a high school act.
It is. So we were doing cake stands and stuff, and so I'm like belligerently drunk at this point, and they're like passing around this bottle of Pendleton, and I just grab that bottle and I go, which you saw how I handled that one shot. I take 3 glugs. You want to do another one?
Yeah.
Well, here. Anyway, let me just finish it. I do three chugs of this Pendleton. And it immediately have like the gag reflex, and I run over to the side of the building, and I'm ready to throw up right off the side of the deck. And fortunately, oh, you're good. I was able to hold it back, but yeah, that's the closest I've come recently. I threw up real bad outside of Shooters one night, like a waterfall.
Shooters.
Yeah.
That bar's fun though.
It's fun, but it's rowdy. That's wherever. Yeah, you can throw it up there.
Now you're sponsored.
Yeah. Come on, Connor. I was you for Halloween. I sponsor your alcohol.
Sponsored.
I need to get you on the show.
We have a lot of potential sponsors on the table.
We got freaking Albertsons water.
Smile.
Yeah. Jokers and Practical Jokers.
Nuggets. Jokic.
Yeah, baby.
Sponsor this podcast. I know you got a big fat check.
Oh, dude. Yeah, we have to talk about that still, too.
We haven't yet.
But first,
we're still on puke talk.
Maybe we'll have another story here in just a second. Cheers to Denver sports.
Yeah.
And to the
puke stories.
Yeah, and to the future of puking.
Maybe one tonight.
Yeah. Second one's a little easier. Oh, maybe not. Are you just fucking with me?
Settle down.
Oh, I don't know if we're doing any more. You need some water? Well, there's water right there.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I think that was our last one.
No, that's it.
I don't want you to.
Absolutely,
I would not want that for you on this.
No. Puke stories.
Yeah, then you got a new one there.
Yeah, that'd be a good puke story, but it ain't gonna happen.
I puked on the internet.
Yeah. Seriously, almost did. That happens a lot because I keep it in my mouth too long.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and then I usually catch it right here, and I'm like...
See, with whiskey...
You're going back down.
With whiskey, my problem is it's that coating feeling. It, like, chokes you a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, that was good, though.
Yeah.
Good.
So... Nuggets, man.
Yeah.
Have you been paying attention at all to like the free agency and stuff like that?
Yeah, Christian Braun. I think we'll like that pick.
You like that one?
Yeah.
How do you like?
I like it because he brings fire.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that pick mostly because he's cocky. The Nuggets need a little cockiness, honestly.
I agree. A little attitude.
A little attitude adjustment, you know. Some Kobe killer mentality.
Did you?
I like that pick. I don't know about the other guy who averaged like 3 points a game.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Anthony. His last name Anthony. No. I'm drawing a blank.
But yeah, everyone was questioning that pick. But
yeah,
who knows?
Maybe they liked his defensive skills. I didn't. Okay, there's so much to talk.
I don't love their trades too much.
I was going to ask you, Barton and Morris. What did you think of that?
I'll miss Morris.
Me too. We talked about
Barton. It's okay.
Yeah, we had talked about that. Barton was time to go.
We appreciate him. He didn't have an impact last year.
The last 2 years, really. Injured a lot. Very inconsistent. And the thing is, and I understand why they had to do Morris and Barton I got for sure. Yeah. I understand why they had to package Morris too. They're just cap casualties. Like, they had to re-sign Jokic.
Yeah.
I like...
Cap casualties.
I do like...
They got capped.
Yeah. I do like Kadavius Caldwell-Pope coming to the team. He's a good three-point shooter, and he's a good defender.
I don't like him. He was a Laker one time.
He was. He won the championship with them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But he's a good defender. He adds some defense to us. The thing is,
he'll come on. Do you think he'll start?
Mm-hmm. He'll be the 2.
Okay.
I think he'll be the 2.
That's okay.
But they need that. They need a defensive guard.
I think he is the best out of the players that were involved, for sure.
Oh yeah, and then. I mean, they definitely won that trade, for sure. if you ask me.
Who? Nuggets?
The Wizards.
Oh yeah.
The Wizards and they might be a team to watch because they brought back Bradley Beal. I think they got somebody else that was pretty decent too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not recollecting too well, but
who else did the Nuggets get in that deal?
It was
KCP and
it
was the
Ish Smith.
Yes, Smith. Yep.
And I don't really know anything about him.
He's kind of washed.
We brought back Devon Reed. We brought back Kankara.
Vlat Conchar.
Yeah.
Chanchar. They call him Chanchar.
Yeah, we brought him back.
There's no H in his name, but
we brought back Oh no, and see, I was bummed about this one. We went and got DeAndre Jordan.
Oh no, dude. Okay, they had a bet off season now. Yeah. I do not like DJ.
That was a dumb pick. Why wouldn't
Holy
you re-sign Cousins?
Boogie.
Yeah.
Boogie Cousins. He wants more money, I think.
I'm sure, but I don't like the Jordan.
Seems to be in his nature. He kind of just goes to the money, you know.
Well, and here's hoping that DeAndre Jordan has like a bounce back season like Cousins did with us. Like, he's never going to be a point scorer. He's just there to be a body to defend and rebound. Like that's all he's been.
Mm-hmm. He's just a rebound monster. But
I've never liked that guy.
I don't think he's gonna be that much anymore.
But from what I've seen of the depth chart, they're gonna have Zeke Najee be the backup to Jokic.
That dude better start inserting himself.
He needs
committing himself. I mean, he was their first pick last year or the year before.
2 years ago.
He was like not the number 1 overall pick, but he was their first rounder.
And then Bones, we still got Bones.
Dude.
He's the future. He's going to be the backup point guard.
There's a lot of pieces I like, and there's some...
Yeah, it's questionable, man. I don't know
how... there's just some pieces.
They're really what they're doing
pieces
is...
I like.
They're banking on the fact... They're banking on the hope that Murray and Porter are going to remain healthy. That's what they're doing. They're just banking on the idea that those two are going to play all season and be very productive. Not only do they have to stay healthy, they both have to be very productive, and that's the only way they're going to pull it off.
As much as I hate to say it, Nuggets should have really tried to get Durant.
They should have. They should have packaged a deal with...
I don't like the guy. I do not like Durant.
But they would have been very competitive.
He's a big diva, in my opinion. Man.
He is.
Divaville. In fact, the whole Nets team, I almost despise. Kyrie Irving, go get a fucking vaccine, dude. Join the team.
Yeah.
Clown.
Well, now he's basically out, too.
Even if you don't believe in vaccines, just do it to play on your team. You're getting paid all this money. Don't be a clown.
Yeah. And now it sounds like...
He pisses me off. Ben Simmons, don't get me started on him.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to start. Biggest joke in the whole league.
Yeah.
And then KD on top of that. Like a clown car there, man.
Yeah, well...
Sorry, but...
Did you see what Shannon Sharp had to say about Kevin Durant?
What?
About all this with him like demanding a trade and all this stuff now.
Durant. Not Durant. Sorry. LeBron started all this shit.
He did.
It's all LeBron's fault.
And
I want to play on this team. I want to play on this team. Bring him here.
The players have all the power and stuff.
Players have all the power, but that's...
And you know what? I will say this.
It's terrible for NBA parity. It's terrible for fandom.
I love that our team, the Nuggets, nobody seems to be that way. Like, no. Jokic...
You don't want a culture like that, man.
He signed that extension... I mean, who wouldn't with the money we gave him, but it's the richest contract in NBA history, but still, he was like, he took the money to stay with us when anybody else would have paid him that money too, rather than go anywhere else. Like, I'm sure the Lakers or the Knicks or somebody like that would have shelled out that money for him. He didn't want to. He wanted to stay where he's building a culture. And freaking Durant. Oh, no, that's what I was going to say. Shannon Sharp on that whatever show he has with Skip Bayless.
Undisputed.
Yeah. He said Durant is a track star because he runs from every challenge that comes his way. If there and he made a good point. He said the two teams that Durant said he would be most interested in joining were the Heat and the Suns, both the number one teams in their respective conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so the only teams he wants to go to are like the obvious winners, the obvious like front runners. That's such BS.
It's just like LeBron. He's just following LeBron's lead too, though.
Yeah, well, and that like first thing he did was when he was like, no, I'm just gonna dip out on OKC. Went to the number one team. I thought that was the biggest cop out to winning a championship I've ever seen. Was to go to the Warriors because they were already a championship team, and then adding him was just like guaranteeing championships. Yeah. So Durant is a diva, and yes, he coming to us, he would be a huge compliment with Jokic.
Yeah.
But I'd rather do it.
But the culture would
die.
And he wouldn't be happy in Denver.
No, he would never come to Denver. We could give him all the money in the world. He wouldn't come to us.
He wouldn't be happy in Denver.
Mm-mm.
I know he wouldn't.
I would rather win.
Everyone wants to go to Miami or California or whatever.
Yeah. I'd rather win with the guys we've drafted, the guys we've built our culture around. And most of the guys we have on our team are like that. Who's this Gillespie guy? Or Gillette?
Oh, yeah. Colin Gillespie?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know who he is.
They keep talking about him like he's a big deal, but...
I think he had a pretty good summer league game.
Was he...
That's what was going on in Vegas when we were there, too.
Oh, sweet.
My friend Justin, who I did that podcast with.
Oh, yeah.
Who is the Justin Norwood. What's up, buddy? Who is the Packers, Braves, and Magic fan, yeah. He went to one of those games out there when we're in Vegas, and I wish I'd gone too. That would have been pretty cool to go to one of those.
I want to go to a fight in Vegas,
see, like, the brand new rooks that are coming into the league.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of their teammates around them, and then you're close to the field, too, and yeah. Would have been pretty cool.
I'm pretty torn as to what I feel about our off season. I mean, I just, and then I'm really bummed Tim Connolly's gone.
Yeah, I mean they kept like progressing under him.
Yeah, this just is a
not making the leap, but inching forward.
This is just an off season that I'm
shooting blindly right now. Right?
Well, like I said, they're basically just filling gaps where because Jokic, Murray, and Porter are the biggest cap hits. Like they garner big money, and two of those three didn't even play hardly last year. So they're banking on the fact that both those guys are going to be healthy, ready to go, and not only that they're going to be productive. And so we'll see how that goes. Like that's the only thing that they're banking all this on. Because I mean, if Braun just comes out of nowhere and is just like a great backup with Bones, okay. I think this is probably the worst depth we've had in the last 3 years. But I hope they prove me wrong.
Yeah.
They very easily could. Hey, here's a positive. Austin Rivers, see ya later.
You hated him, huh?
I hated him.
Oh,
with
really?
And where did he go? He went to, I think, Detroit?
I didn't even know.
He went wherever he went. I said, sorry, guys. Yeah.
Later.
Adios. See you next Tuesday, motherfucker.
I like that motion.
Yeah, so that's a big positive. I was kind of bummed to see Bryn Forbes leave. I know he was not very productive in the.
See you later, dude.
Really? See,
See you later.
I thought he had potential, but I think they did it because they had Braun coming in. So, I think Braun will be the backup in the 2 spot.
I keep thinking you mean LeBron when you say Braun. I'm like, wait. All right.
And then, we still have Jeff Green.
I think Christian Braun will probably be starting at some point this year.
As the 2 guard?
Yeah.
If he proves himself. See, I think they would. I
don't think it'll take long. I think it'll take 20, 30 games.
I mean, if that's the case, then it just shows that he's progressing. So
yeah,
that would be good. He's coming from a championship mentality team.
Yeah, Bones deserves to start too.
See, but he's a point guard, isn't he? So he would. No, he's. Yeah.
He's a guard, but I don't know if he's point.
Well, he played backup point.
Yeah.
While Murray was out, because Morris played the starting point. And I think that was where they were like, we're okay.
Yeah, we can put Bones in
and move on from Morris.
Yeah.
You can pull that a little closer.
All right.
But I think that's where they were like, we can move on from Morris because Bones proved he could be a backup point guard.
Yeah.
And he's good, man. And he put on some muscle, dude. Like he's ready to body guys up.
Right?
Yeah. He put on some weight.
Have you seen his Instagram?
He put on some weight, so he's ready to throw around a little bit. It'll be interesting to see. And then the Avalanche, they've retained quite a bit of their guys too, so they could very easily be in contention to go back to back.
Who's the new keeper that they got? I don't know.
He's from the Rangers. He was the Rangers backup.
Oh, I thought he was from a Canadian team.
Was it Montreal?
Maple Leafs or something?
I thought it was the Rangers. But his name is probably definitely something that's very hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
But, what was this? I just got an alert about Russell Westbrook.
Google is your friend. Let's look it
up. Goalie for the Colorado Avalanche.
There you go.
So, we still have Pavel Francouz, who's a good...
Yeah.
And he might even be the starter.
Uh-huh.
Alexander Georgiev? Or Georgiev?
Uh-huh.
He is a Broncos fan, I know that.
Oh.
But he came from the Rangers. Yeah. He was the Rangers backup. So
really?
They must...
Okay.
And honestly...
I don't know where I saw Maple Leafs.
I'm okay with that because nothing against Darcy Kemper, but he is not like a top-tier goalie. I don't know if this guy is, but he can't be any better or any worse than Darcy Kemper. Like, Kemp...
No, it's true. They didn't win the championship because of Kemper.
No. They won it because of those defenders, and they retained most of those defenders. They I think the big casualties they lost right now were Burakovsky and there was one other one. I don't remember.
Kemper.
Kemper, yeah.
And
Kadri is still out there. He's still waiting.
I don't see him going back.
I don't either, but
he seems like a money chaser to me.
But he hasn't signed anywhere yet.
I'm sorry, but I get the sense that he's a money chaser, kind of like Boogie Cousins.
Well, I think he's going to capitalize on... He's 32. I think he's going to capitalize on the fact that he had a couple of really good years. Sorry about that. Our audio cut out, but we only missed about a minute's worth of audio. We were talking about Kadri. Basically, we just said that if he goes and gets his bag, we get it. It makes sense. But it would be cool if he came back. And if he does come back, I think it gives us a better shot at retaining that title.
For sure.
But we brought back a lot of core guys like Nichushkin and Lehkonen and Helm, Manson, guys like that. I think we have a good shot of we're going to be competitive next year for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think they'll win again.
I do too. They're definitely the front runners. And I'm just so stoked that they got it. They deserve it so much. And
they do. They've been all in for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good to see that.
Denver sports is thriving, my guy.
Yeah, thanks to Kroenke Sports and Entertainment.
See, and that was the other thing. I thought maybe they were going to really go deep for the Nuggets in free agency.
Yeah, what the hell's going on with the Nuggets? Come on.
Because I just assumed they were going to go hard because they wanted to get
every single championship they could. Right.
And they really didn't dig deep. Well, don't get me wrong. They paid Jokic everything he needed to stay.
Not a lot of people know this, but the Colorado Mammoth won the lacrosse league.
Yep.
Which is owned by Kronk.
Yep.
Kronkadonk.
And he won and technically they kind of have part ownership in the Broncos now too, because they're married into the Walton family somehow. Like one of his daughters or sons is married to one of the Waltons.
Yeah, it's America's royalty.
It is. They're a sports. They're a sports dynasty, or what would you call it? Like an oligarchy.
Yeah, it's like the royal family in Britain, but Cronkies and Waltons
and just sports.
No. Who are some of the rich names out there? I don't know.
But yeah, so that was so. Hopefully all of those come back around, man. Denver sports is rich right now with some good stuff. Nuggets, we got the 2-time back-to-back MVP. We got Russ coming into town.
Except for the fucking Rockies, dude.
Yep, the only black eye on Denver sports.
That was my number one team growing up.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Going to Rocky games with the family. We'd get the purple seats in the stadium, the mile-high seats.
Yeah.
And you'd be way up, but they were pretty affordable.
And it's still cool just to be there.
And my mom had got, like, season tickets from her work, and then we'd go there and watch the games, and it was so fun. Then there were Blake Street Bombers, Bichette, Galarraga, Walker. It was a good time back then. But they're pitiful. The ownership, we need a change in ownership.
Absolutely.
Extremely bad. They don't give a crap about winning.
That
people will go to the stadium and they'll get their money and they're like, well, we don't need to spend on players. We don't care about winning, really.
That Arenado thing,
oh,
that's gonna leave a bad taste in my mouth for a very, very long time.
And my favorite player on the Rockies was Trevor Story.
Me too.
And they shipped him off to my least favorite team in baseball.
The Sox.
Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, fuck Boston and fuck California teams, man. Those sons of bitches.
I agree with you.
Beat the Rockies in the World Series, swept them.
Oh, I know. And I do remember watching that. That was rough. And that was a good Rockies team, too.
Yeah. Too bad Todd Helton didn't get one.
I know, man.
But he was on the Rockies, so
he's a Rockies legend.
It makes sense why they didn't get one. Sorry, I'm shitting on him, but
hey, I feel
I
the
had
same
to
way.
insert this in this podcast.
I feel the same.
Because I hate the ownership of the Rockies. Sports hate.
This is calling for action.
I love the Rockies, but have someone else take the reins, man.
I agree.
Help us win for once, or have
some competitive edge.
Oh yeah, or be the worst in the league and get some good draft picks or whatever. I know it doesn't really work like that in baseball as much, but
right.
At least do something other than being fifth worst in the league every year.
Yeah. It's frustrating to say the least.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries, brother. Well, let's wrap this bad boy up, huh?
All right.
So, I told you, I like to end all my episodes with a positive or motivational message from my guests.
Oh,
did you come up with something?
I didn't. It's going to be on the spot.
All right, those are the best ones.
Yeah. Take a look around you and smile and appreciate all the wonderful people in your life every day. You know, your day-to-day people you work with, you know, the people in your community, but especially your family, your wife, kids, you know, just appreciate the people in your lives because that's where the true richness comes from. And I just want to say that I'm the most blessed person because I have such a great group around me and I just love them all. That's all.
I love that, man.
You know, I mean, that's what I'm most grateful and fortunate to have in my life. I'm not rich. I don't have great monetary funds or anything. I got a great group of people around me, man.
Money means nothing, man. It's all about, like you said, the people around you, the events you make in your life, the memories you make. That's all it is. Like possessions go away.
And my new boy, man, my new pal.
Absolutely, brother.
I'm grateful for this guy.
Hey, I'm grateful for you as well.
Coming here to Montana, no friends. Got a good one here, man.
Hey, same to you, brother. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came on, and we'll have to do it again for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll talk sports all day, all night.
I can talk sports all day, all night.
I know your show is not just about sports, but yeah.
I get a lot of sports
beer.
people on, though. Sports are fun.
All right.
And to everybody out there, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that bullshit. But most importantly, don't forget, life's a garden. Dig it.
Just gotta keep on going.